Good evening, everyone. I am back again today with episode 2 of the Village of Mournstell. I have some really cool ideas for this, and I can't wait to get to them in further videos. But without further ado, let's just stop talking and I'll move on with the time lapse. So straight off the bat, I would like to apologize for the delayed video release. Over the past week, I had some major Java issues that was causing Minecraft to both crash constantly and stutter. Just when I was moving around and just building in general. Because of those two things, I couldn't get any building done. And then when I finally got to be able to start placing some blocks down and the idea started going, I came down with a major migraine that lasted around 3 days. So that kind of put a damper on everything. I am feeling better now, however, but I wanted to give you a warning that this episode is a little light on content, but I still think it's a step in the right direction for the quaint village of Mournstell. Now, continuing with the theme of both humans and dwarves working together, stone still makes up a large majority of the construction, while there are hints of wood and other materials spread throughout. We also have this long pathway leading from the island to the mainland, which will also lead up and be able to spread all around the area and connect, multiple houses and farmlands and things like that together. So lastly, before I get on with the time-lapse, if you're enjoying my content and the channel, and even the idea of Elmoran and this Minecraft project and world, please consider clicking the subscribe button and press the notification bell so you know when new videos drop, and you can be the first one to comment and see them. But yeah, I think it's about time I just stop talking. I slap on some music and let you enjoy the time-lapse. So I will do that, and then I'll see you again in the walkthrough. Alright, so here we are just on the main lighthouse area of Mournstell, and so you're already familiar with this area, but of course I wanted to start off in the beginning, and this is where a new path is constructed. So going down here, you can see this is what we built in the beginning of the time lapse, and look at that view. It's beautiful. I love the ocean. I love the large cliffs, looming over in the distance. It looks phenomenal, and I really like the way it came out. But anyways, so this pathway is just simple. It's easy, and I didn't litter it with anything. I didn't add any additional items. I want this area to be more natural and just have natural beauty than have a ton of decorations every single place you look. But here we have the bridge, and you can see here, I added these wooden boards across it to make it look a little rickety, make it look a little older. Wooden bridges obviously would not last forever. They would need constant replacing, but I just like the way that it came out, adding the siding, the fencing, and those wooden boards. To just give it a little bit of a layer of detail and some extra just, minute things that I think really adds to the feel and that I think makes this bridge just look really, really cool. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to head on up, and this is the pathway leading up towards the farmland. Now, this area will be built up a little bit more, not this initial path, but around the house that we built in this video and the farmlands. It's going to be a little bit more spread out because it is still the farmers who inhabited this area originally. But so it won't just have one house, so it will be more added on. But I really like the way this came out. And there's also a little bit of a surprise of a horse stable that I built that was not in the video, but that's because I thought about it afterwards and I just really thought it looked good. It looked really empty just having the house, so I added a horse stable as well. So when you come up here, you can see we have a small little fire area. People traveling the road could sit here and rest for a moment, cook some game, do whatever they needed to do to get ready and move on to the next area of it. We have a really cool cart here. I like the way that came out. I kind of just threw it together. You can have the little, seat there for the driver, and of course it would have horses attached to it, but I think it looks really, really great just the way it is. And then of course we have the actual horse stable right here, and I typically don't put NPCs or mobs in my videos, but I thought the horses looked really good, and you kind of have to have them, right? Of course we have their hay, we have their feed, and then if you go around the back, we also have a well. So it's, like I said, it's simple. It's not a crazy build, and I do apologize, once again, for it being a little light on content, but I still think it came out really, really well in the end. So, of course, one last overview of the stable, and then we can move on to some of the farm areas, and we will get to the home in just a moment, but that will be later on. But I still like the way that it looks, adding a little bit of wood, a little bit of stone, and adding some thatch on the top just really gives it that farmhouse look. But as you can see here, coming off the main road, there's multiple different ways to get into this area. Here we have the corn field. Now, once again, this farmland area is not very large, at least for this one resident and his family, simply because it doesn't need to be. There's going to be much larger farms built later on, and a lot of them are going to have corn as the main product. They're going to have tobacco and things like that they also sell. But you can see here, we're just going to get rid of this little corn area, get out of it, and move on to an actual pathway that cuts through the farming areas. You could tell because it has the little stone decorations on the ground instead of dirt. It's more like small rocks and stones, closer to gravel. You have a small seating area just for relaxation and rest throughout the day. But if you go down here, we can have access to the wheat area as well. So once again, it's pretty simple. It's just, we have wheat, we have some hay bales that has been collected while the, after the wheat has been harvested, and things like that to dry. And yeah, I like the way this came out. I tried to layer it and give it multiple layers, multiple pathways, things like that to make it feel a little bit more alive, make it feel, more natural. I typically don't terraform. I like to build with the land that's already been given to me, and that's what I did with this. So this path, if you keep going, will lead straight back to the main path. If you do, if you so desire, you can take that way, and I will edit that and fix that as time goes on. But heading back to the main road here, you can actually get back into the tobacco area and the tobacco farmland right there. But we won't get into it because I've already kind of shown you enough of that. But going into the home, right here, we have a very nice, quaint little kitchen area. Very simple, very nice. I like the beams supporting the second story of the, of the room. The bedrooms are going to be upstairs, the kitchen and dining room, and kind of just seating area are all going to be on this first story. So of course we have the table, and going into the next room, very dimly lit, we have just the general area. This would be the mingling area where, if you came to visit, you would hang out down here, you would talk, you would sit at the kitchen table, things like that. Obviously the upstairs is solely meant for the family. So we have that here, and you can see I use some redstone torches and use an invisible light source to give it this dim, gritty look. But I really think it came out well. And we have 3 beds: mom, dad, and son or daughter. Once again, right in the lore for that, but it is not complete just yet. But I like the view whenever you come up. It's just very dim, very cozy, and I think it comes out really, really well. So leaving out of here, of course, the fly around like always. And you can see it, honestly, just the layering of the pathways and stuff took me a very long time once the game started running. So once again, I didn't do a ton of building, but I did a lot of detailing of the path and trying to make the farm areas look really well and things like that. So I hope you can see that, and I hope you can notice that in this video. I still really like this area. There's still a lot more detailing and stuff that I want to do, but I will get to that in later videos whenever I have a little bit more time, now that my Minecraft and everything is working. But that's pretty much it, and that's the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you like Mournstell so far. Thank you for having patience with me and uploading, a little bit inconsistently this past week. But, you guys are wonderful. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, so let's get there. But this is the Legendary Porpoise signing off. I hope you have a wonderful day, and happy gaming.